Some newspapers have been talking about the truth concerning the 10 most handsome male presidents who are still in power in Africa. On January 30th, 2025, a newspaper called Regain from the United States published a list of 18 qualities that show when a young man or man is handsome. It starts with the appearance of the face, having a clean and attractive look. Then it talks about height, at least 1.85 meters tall. But experts also say that many men in the world have an average height of about 1.75 meters. Still, the ideal man, according to this article, should be about 1.85 meters tall. Other signs of a handsome man are good skin, good height, being physically fit. All these show beauty in the eyes of others. Another very important quality of a handsome man is intelligence, the ability to bring progress to his children and to his country. In fact, intelligence is said to be more important than looks alone. Besides that, having self-confidence and taking care of yourself are also very important. Newspapers like Storytelling Recap and Business News Nigeria use these points to create a ranking of the top 10 most handsome male presidents in Africa. Welcome to the world of research. Welcome to the large family of Wisdom in Narrations. We start in southern Africa, in a small country, the Kingdom of Eswatini. Eswatini is bordered by South Africa on the west, south, and north, and by Mozambique on the east. It is one of the few kingdoms that still exist in Africa in the 21st century. The current ruler, King Mswati III, is ranked number 10 among the most handsome African leaders today. King Mswati III was born in Manzini, a city in the center of Eswatini, on April 19, 1968. He was born into the royal family as the son of King Sobhuza II and Queen Ntfombi Tafwala.
I think that's due to the contact with a white man. He has brought his own custom and his own environment. We are beginning to lose ours, what is good for Africa.
As a young prince, he was called Makhosetive, which means King of all nations. He received this title before his father died and before he took over the throne. Mswati III became king in 1986, at only 18 years old, after the death of his father. He is also known for having many wives. Reports say he has over 15 wives, although he has already separated from 3 of them, and he has more than 30 children. Every year in the royal palace, there is a ceremony where the king chooses a new beautiful young woman, usually a virgin, to marry. She then joins the many wives he already has. That is why King Mswati III is ranked number 10 on this list. Now let's move from the south to the Horn of Africa. Here we find Ethiopia, a country bordered by Eritrea in the north, Djibouti and Somalia in the east, South Sudan in the west, and Kenya in the south. Ethiopia is also the headquarters of the African Union and many international organizations. The current president, Tay Atske Selassie Amdi, is ranked number 9 among the most handsome presidents in Africa. He was born in Gonda, a city in northern Ethiopia, in 1956, which makes him 69 years old. He became president on October 7, 2024, replacing Madam Sahle-Work Zewde, who had served for about 7 years. Before becoming president, Tay worked in politics, including serving as Minister of Foreign Affairs.
This is my first official visit since I took the office of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
He is a father of 5 children, 3 daughters and 2 sons. At number 8, we go to Chad. The leader here is General Mahamat Idris Deby Itno, who became president in 2024. He first started leading Chad in 2021 as an interim president after being approved by parliament. This happened after the death of his father, President Idris Deby, who died on the battlefield in northern Chad while visiting his soldiers. He was killed during fighting with rebels known as the Front for Change and Concord in Chad. FACT. At that time, Mahamat Déby was serving as deputy commander of Chad's forces on a peacekeeping mission in Mali. When his father died, he quickly returned home and was confirmed as leader. Mahamat Déby was born in Chad in 1984, which means he is 41 years old. He was officially elected as president in 2024 after leading the country during the transition period. In his private life, Mahamat Déby has 3 wives, according to the different sources. But the one recognized as the First Lady is Dahabaya Umar Suni. She was once a journalist and also worked as a media advisor. Before that, she worked closely with her father-in-law, the late President Idriss Déby, as his director of communications. Later, during the transitional government led by her husband, she continued to serve as a media advisor and was part of his technical advisory team. From Chad, let's now move to East Africa, to the country of Kenya, led by Dr. William Ruto Samoei Arap since August 2022. Ruto is ranked number 7 on the list of the most handsome African presidents still in power. He was born in Kamagut in December 1966, which makes him 59 years old. His father is called Mzee Daniel Cheruyot, and his mother is Sarah Cheruyot.
And we are going to have a nation that leaves no Kenyan behind.
For education, he first went to Keratet Primary School, then to Waring Secondary School for his first part of high school, and later to Kapsabet Boys High School. At university, he studied at the University of Nairobi, where he earned a Bachelor of Science in Botany and Zoology in 1990. He later continued his studies, and in 2011, he received a master's degree in plant ecology. In December 2018, he was finally awarded a PhD in business after failing his first attempt in 2016 at the same university. While at university, Ruto was very active in the Christian Union and even became the choir leader. In 1992, he met Daniel Arap Moi, who had been president of Kenya from 1978 to 2002. Moi introduced Ruto to politics, and that is how his political career began. In 1991, he married his wife, Rachel Chebet, and together they have 7 children, 5 daughters and 2 sons. Although he is now president, Ruto was born into a poor farming family. He used to herd cattle and also helped his parents in the fields, farming crops like maize and cabbages. People who knew him as a child, neighbors and schoolmates, say that Ruto always showed signs of becoming great. They remember that when teachers asked difficult questions that others could not answer, Ruto would step in and give the solution. He even attended primary school barefoot. This tough background became part of his political campaign story, showing that he is a man who understands the struggles of poor families in Kenya. At number 6 is Colonel Assimi Goïta, the leader of Mali since May 2021, when he removed President Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta from power. He leads the country through a military group called the National Committee for the Salvation of the People. Goïta is a young soldier who was trained by the US military under the Pentagon. He was born in Bamako, Mali, in September 1983. Between 2010 and 2018, he spent a lot of time working with US Special Forces in West Africa. It was in this special unit, created to fight terrorist groups, that Goïta became known. He received training from American soldiers while serving as a Malian officer. His experience in special operations made him a strong and skilled fighter in a short time. Goïta comes from a military family. His father, Captain Bakari Goïta,
Feu capitaine Bakari Goïta est libéré de ses obligations militaires vis-à-vis de l'armée française le 28 mai.
Also served in the Malian army for many years at the Kati military camp, which is known for training many new soldiers in Mali. Goïta himself fought rebels in different parts of Mali, including Gao, Kidal, Menaka, Timbuktu, and other areas where jihadist groups were active. In 2018, he became head of the Special Forces in Mali, leading operations against terrorists in northern Mali and even in Darfur, Sudan. It was from this position that he overthrew President Keita, accusing him of corruption, killings, and mismanagement. Next on the list is his neighbor in West Africa, General Mamadi Doumbouya, who took power in Guinea in September 2021, overthrowing President Alpha Condé. Doumbouya was born in Kankan, in eastern Guinea, in 1980, which makes him 45 years old. He attended primary school there and later completed high school in Conakry, the capital, before joining the army in 2000. By 2018, when he was still a lieutenant colonel, Doumbouya was leading a special forces unit created by President Condé himself to fight terrorism. Ironically, Doumbouya later used that same unit to remove Condé from power, accusing him of corruption, human rights abuses, and misuse of state resources. Before this, Doumbouya served in the French Foreign Legion as a corporal and studied military science at the Paris War School, École de Guerre de Paris. Today, General Doumbouya, at 45 years old, is married to a French woman, Lauriane Darbou, and together they have 4 children. At number 4 is another West African neighbor, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, the leader of Burkina Faso. He has been in power since January 2022 after overthrowing Lieutenant Colonel Paul-Henri Damiba. Traoré was born in Bondokouy, in western Burkina Faso, in 1988, where he also attended primary school. Later, he studied in Bobo-Dioulasso, the country's second-largest city, for his secondary education. During his school years, Traoré was known as a quiet but very intelligent student. The Muslim Students Association of Burkina Faso, AEMB, described him as a calm and serious young man. In 2006, he joined the University of Joseph Kizerbo in the capital, Ouagadougou, where he graduated with high marks. In 2009, Traoré entered the army and was promoted quickly, receiving training in artillery weapons in Morocco. Later, he served in a heavy artillery unit in Kaya, in central Burkina Faso. By 2014, he had reached the rank of lieutenant, and in 2018, he joined the UN peacekeeping mission in Mali, MINUSMA, where he and his unit were praised for bravery during rebel attacks in Timbuktu. In 2020, he was promoted to captain. From March 2020 until the time he overthrew Damiba, Traoré was in command of the heavy artillery forces in Kaya. The reasons he gave for removing Damiba from power were similar to those of other West African military leaders: corruption, insecurity, and bad governance. Let's leave that point and head over to the Indian Ocean, where we find the 4th largest island in the world, Madagascar. The country is currently led by Andry Rajoelina, who takes the 5th spot on this list of Africa's best presidents still in power.
Excellence, Monsieur le Président de l'Union africaine et Président.
He has been president since January 2019, after winning the 2018 elections against Marc Ravalomanana, who had previously served as president from 2002 to 2009. Rajoelina was born in Madagascar's capital, Antananarivo, in May 1974. He is married to Miali Rajoelina, and together they have 3 children, 2 sons and a daughter. Before becoming president, Rajoelina worked in several fields, including media, and also served as the mayor of Antananarivo between 2007 and 2009. Taking the 2nd position on this ranking is President Paul Kagame of Rwanda, who has been in power since 2000. Kagame was born in Tambwe in October 1957, the youngest of 6 children. His father, Deogratias Rutagambwa, was a close associate of King Mutara III Rudahigwa, while his mother, Asteria Rutagambwa, was also closely related to Rwanda's last queen, Rosalia Gikanda. Kagame married Jeanette Kagame in 1989, and together they have 4 children, 3 sons and 1 daughter. In 1962, Kagame's family fled Rwanda to Uganda to escape persecution and violence against Tutsis. In 1979, he joined the military and later trained at the Command and General Staff College, CGSC, in Kansas, USA, an institution founded in 1881. During the 1980s, Kagame fought alongside the forces that overthrew the authoritarian regime of Milton Obote in Uganda, helping Yoweri Kaguta Museveni rise to power in 1986. Kagame was then entrusted with leading Uganda's military intelligence. In 1990, he took command of the liberation struggle to free Rwanda, a campaign that ultimately stopped the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. Following the genocide, Kagame became Vice President and Minister of Defense from 1994 to 2000. In April 2000, he officially assumed the presidency, succeeding Pastor Bizimungu, and he has remained in office since then.
By 2020, Rwanda should become a middle-income country, $1,000 per capita. Today, for the first time in Africa, a self-flying air taxi will take to the skies.
His leadership has extended beyond Rwanda. Kagame chaired the African Union, AU, from 2018 to 2019, led the East African Community from 2018 to 2021, and served as chair of the Commonwealth of Nations from June 2022 to October 2024.
We Africans, we won't have any excuse. We need to be ourselves. We need to do the best we can to come out the best we can be. Thank you.
At the very top of the list stands Senegal's president, Bassirou Diomaye Faye, who took office in 2024.
Je m'engage à gouverner avec humilité, dans la transparence.
Born in Ndiaganiao, western Senegal, in March 1980, Faye is one of Africa's youngest leaders. He completed his undergraduate studies in 2000 and went on to earn a master's degree in law at Cheikh Anta Diop University in Dakar. In 2004, after passing competitive exams, he enrolled at Senegal's National School of Administration, ENA, where he trained in governance and public administration. After graduation, Faye worked as a tax inspector, where he reconnected with his former schoolmate, Ousmane Sonko. Their friendship grew, and by 2014 they both became active in the newly formed political party PASTEF, African Patriots of Senegal for Work, Ethics and Fraternity, founded by Sonko. However, their political journeys faced challenges. Sonko was imprisoned in 2021 over allegations of sexual assault, while Faye himself was arrested in April 2023 for spreading false information, contempt of court, and defamation of a public institution after a social media post. Despite this, PASTEF chose Faye as its presidential candidate for the 2024 elections, as he had not been convicted of any crime. Faye is married to 2 wives, Marie-Cone Faye and Absa Faye. With Marie-Cone, he has 4 children, 3 sons and 1 daughter. He has no children with Absa. Today, Bassirou Diomaye Faye is not only the president of Senegal, but also tops this ranking of the best-serving African presidents currently in power. This is the end. So according to you, who is the most handsome president from the above list up to the 10th? Thanks for watching. I wish you better life, foods, and money. Stay in the Big Wins family.